We need to talk about Road to the Knockouts Team 2 because apparently that's probably going to be coming this Friday. It's about that time to start thinking about it because it's already Tuesday. And I'm recording this on Wednesday when you're going to be seeing this. We're going to talk about how to make coins during Road to the Knockouts. And some of the trends we saw today are like more of an extreme level to what we were actually seeing before. And I'll kind of explain what that means when we get to that point here in the video. Thank you for the support recently, by the way. I love you. We got an A3 Plus upgrade today, an 82 rated team or one A3 Plus player. I'm going to complete this right now. And we're going to open this at the end of the video. So let's just begin and talk about the market itself, because I do think this is probably one of your last chances to buy a weekend league team. I know we'll be getting rivals rewards the night you're seeing this video later at night, so it's kind of like there will be some supply, but at the same time I think that we're gonna see the market do pretty well over the next couple of days. I think right now is actually, it's still looking decent to buy, and it's gone up already quite a bit since, you know, we first talked about it rising. Like Van Dijk at 266, I know he's like probably the best center back in this game. Like I wouldn't be shocked if Van Dijk is more like 280 290 when weekend league, you know, actually begins. So I do think this is probably one of your last chances to buy for your team if you want a weekend league team. However, I will say, as most of you guys know us by now, I want to be out of cards immediately when you're done with weekend league. I think that, you know, EA have showed us their hand this year. They do not want people to have gold cards in their team for very long. You know, these promo packs coming out on a daily basis tell us that they're trying to crash this market in terms of the gold cards pretty much as fast as possible, as fast as they did last year, right? And last year it happened really quickly. It happened after the very first weekend league. We pretty much saw the gold cards really start falling from there. So if you ask me, a card like Diaby, 84 rated, you gotta get out of him like when you're finished weekend league immediately. Try and finish it as fast as you possibly can. And if you're not playing weekend league, you can buy right now. Try and make some flips and sell on like Thursday night, Friday morning when weekend league starts. You can try and do that. Now, of course, with Road to the Knockouts coming, if we get a team 2, which by the way, we really don't know if we're gonna get a team 2. There's nothing like confirmed at all about this yet. But we are missing some cards from Real Madrid, you know, Barcelona, PSG, some really big teams there, which makes me feel like they're going to drop a team 2. So could that cause some hype and cause the market to not rise to maybe the heights we could expect? Maybe. I just don't think a Road to the Knockout promo is that hyped up to where it's going to like really affect a market rise over the course of this weekend. Of course, I could be wrong about that. This is just my opinion. I don't think it's going to be. So yeah, I think you can count on there not being much panic. I just don't think there's going to be. But okay, now that we've seen a full like match day of Road to the Knockout cards, what are they looking like in terms of rises and falls? Well, Bruno, obviously, at Man United, lost to Galatasaray, and obviously this card went way down in price, 444. He was towards 600,000 coins, you know, before the game started. So if you took a gamble on Bruno, your upside was limited anyway. It was already expensive, so I think it was a dumb upside. But guess what? We always talked about last year how really, really cheap Road to the Knockout cards are always like one of the best investments of the year because you just have such crazy high ceiling and the risk is very low. You look at Dries Mertens. Obviously, they won today. He's back to the exact same price he was before they won. You might say, what a shitty investment. They won, it didn't do anything. Well, actually, Mertens rose a shit ton after they won. So, what an hourly down here, we can see he was sitting at, you know, about the 30,000 coin range. Right when they won that game, you can see the graph kind of peaks here at 39,000. I saw him go for 45,000. Once again, the FUTBIN graph won't like show the exact peak. I saw 45K at the absolute peak. If you bought him, that's 15,000 coins profit right there ish. You know, tax you gotta, you know, include in there too. But the point is, nobody expects these cards to like really win and do things. It's always like a really easy investment to make. So when you see these next week and when you see them this week, if a card hasn't played yet, like Sildia, I said this card is gonna be a great investment because if Freiburg get a result, this card will do really well. Yes, it's still a slight gamble, obviously, because, you know, you don't know if they're gonna win or not, but your floor is so much higher on this Sildia card because he's usable. He can play center back. He's French. And if they win and he happens to get closer to a couple upgrades, like this card's going up. I mean, these are the cards you invest in and not the Bruno Fernandez's, Victor Osimhen's, Bukayo Saka's. Like, you just don't want to invest in those ones. Yes, you can make some coins on them, but your risk is so much higher. It's not even worth it. This Machado card, Lens obviously beat Arsenal today. He's back down to what he was. He's like discard. But if you sold right after the game ended, you can look down here, look at his little spike in this graph. It's up to 13,000. He was going for like 14.5. So you can make like 2,000 coins a card if you bought these. And it was risk-free. They, you know, they discard for like 10,000 something. So just literally a risk-free investment. That's why Viper here, 13,000 coins or less. I mean, Feyenoord are playing Atletico Madrid, so it's not an easy game, but they're playing very well in the league. And your floor here is so low. If they win a game, you sell right after the game ends, and you're going to make a couple thousand coins at least on each card. So if you couldn't tell from like what I've been saying, when to sell though, you don't wait to sell after, you know, they get an upgrade or after a few hours. You sell the second they win that game. That is when you always sell these cards. Like we talked about, Mertens, you know, goes down a bunch after just a few hours. There's that hype all the time, right? So that's how you make coins with these RTTK cards. Like you just go with the lower end ones, go with the ones with a really easy floor, make a couple thousand coins, go buy a bunch of them, make a few K on each card, and some of them you can make a lot more. Like Mertens was 15K, right? Because he's more of like a meta player, but these cards like Machado and Viper, you'll probably make less on, but it's still a really easy investment. Make a bunch of coins on. Also, guys, change changing gears, Premier League Player of the Month could be interesting for September. We are nearly guaranteed to get a really good SBC for Premier League Player of the Month here, which is going to be our first probably really big SBC. Youngman Son, Erling Haaland, Mo Salah, Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins wouldn't be like obviously huge, but he'd probably be pretty good. And it once again, fodder on the lower end is still a good time to buy. So it's also once again your last chance to buy some fodder, 84s, 85s, 86s. You can stock up on 87s, 88s, 89s as well if you want to. Because right when the first few SBCs come out, they're not going to go down from there, right? So once you have like a Son or Salah or Haaland Player of the Month card out for a whole month, the fodder is not going to go down anytime soon once that gets released. Also, one of your last chances to buy fodder, especially Jude Bellingham SBC could be coming soon too with La Liga Player of the Month. Like this is going to be also one of your last chances to buy some fodder. I guarantee you that. Talk about a little trading here right now quickly. What I want you guys to do, by the way, if you have gold commons in your club, let's say with your FIFA points that you opened, you haven't like sold yet, list them up right now for like 550, 600 and just see if you can get some lazy sales, because right now they're going for like what, 450, I think. Might not even be going for this point anymore. Yeah, they're not really even going for this point anymore. What you should do though is, because we have this new gold common upgrade out, there will be people that are lazy buying things for a few extra like 100 coins, because like obviously those go right back, gold, quad screen, boop, just like this. So what I would do personally is list up all of the players that you have in these positions. They're probably more likely to sell first, right back, right mid, and all the positions in this formation. What I would do is see if you can get some lazy sales, because you can make so many coins off of lazy sales in this game. Even though it's this early, people still lazy, buy, list, the whole 9 yards. People are always doing it. I didn't even talk about the content that came out today. We got Coquelin, SBC, who looks pretty decent. Honestly, he does as like a center defensive mid for a La Liga team, French team. But once again, the people who are complaining about content right now are probably going to say another dead SBC, this or that. And I understand a little bit, but at the same time, I did like some of the comments I was getting in the last video. It was more on the side of like, we didn't want content so soon, and I kind of agree with them. But I do understand if you're a little disappointed with the content right now. I do think it is a little underwhelming, but I think it's okay. 85 rated, 84 rated squads, you know, whatever. It's not very hyped up. If you guys did not know, if your evolution card gets injured in squad battles, the card reverts back to a gold. Make sure to dashboard the game to stop this from happening. If you don't know, in squad battles, like your player can get injured to the point where they have to be subbed off. Like they'll like, you know, hold their leg or whatever, and you have to sub them off. If that happens, then your player reverts back to a gold card. They just get hurt and like they play through it, and just like the little injury tag pops up above their head, then they're fine. It's just when they have to get subbed off. If they get subbed off, you're gonna want a dashboard, because I don't know when this will be fixed, but yeah, you literally lose the card. They go back to a gold card if they get hurt in a squad battles game and get subbed off. So W from EA. If you thought all the bugs were getting fixed, you are mistaken. And also, if you've gone through the menus and stuff like that, I was trading some today. Still a tons of glitches in the menus. It really didn't fix that many things, at least it seems like. Maybe it's just me, I don't know, but I had a ton of glitches today. I had to close that probably 6, 7 times. I'm bringing this pack first. Cam, Spain, Isco, Jonathan Vieira. Okay, remember when Isco was like an 89 rated? Those were the days. But so yeah, the update, I mean, God knows what that did. I don't know, but I saw some good things being packed in here, so let's see if we can get something good. I think my best pack pull this here is like, what, I think I packed like 60 or 70k in Kunku. Italy goalkeeper. Can we get Donnarumma? All right. Yep. That would be Meret, who is 83 rated. All right, that was not worth it. And he is an untradeable duplicate. Well, that couldn't have gone worse. If you have any questions, let me know. Once again, thank you for the support. I love all these. Thanks for the resume. Peace.